Hi, folks. Josh from Tough Call here, and I have a question for hockey fans in general, and perhaps Leafs fans specifically, although I don't want to single them out, because there is an obsession with the Leafs, and I know that Leafs fans feel like there's an obsession with the Leafs, especially lately, it seems, from the Department of Player Safety. They feel like they're unfairly targeted, and maybe there's some truth to that. But I have the question that maybe has anyone considered that this Ridley Greig slapshot has nothing to do with the Leafs? Perhaps he's not trying to take a shot at the Leafs and put a dagger in them specifically and insult them. Perhaps this is just a man who gets a breakaway in a one-goal game, a chance to put the game away in the Battle of Ontario, and he's just really excited about it. So he lines up and he just puts all that energy into that shot, into the empty net. Maybe it has nothing to do with trying to insult anybody, nothing to do with rubbing salt in any wounds. It's just a guy who has a chance to put the dagger on a very exciting and meaningful game to these players. Perhaps that's all it is. I mean, think about it. He's on home ice, less than 10 seconds left, and he has a clear breakaway on an empty net from his own blue line. How exciting would that moment be for any player? That's huge. So I think maybe just the excitement of the moment caught up to him and he just slammed it home in his excitement. I don't think necessarily this has anything to do with the Maple Leafs. And I don't think it's fair to call this targeted cross check to an opponent that ends up being to the head. Even if you don't think he meant to do it in the head, this is exactly what I mean. You're calling this an acceptable reaction, but it just went a little overboard. And we're going to call this slap shot just a completely out of the question thing that you're not supposed to do. Wouldn't it be a fair comparison then to say that it's okay for Greg to be excited in this moment and maybe that slap shot just a little bit of an overboard reaction to that excitement rather than calling it the most disrespectful thing that you've ever seen and completely justifying a cross check to the head? I think that's a fair comparison.